Good morning and welcome to Coffee Talk. So, I'm sick and I haven't been sick in a long time. Like, this is the first day I'm not going to work in probably over a year. Um, and so last night, Michael and the kids went to go get my medicine at Publix and they missed the pharmacist by 5 minutes. So Michael calls me from the supermarket and he's like, the pharmacy's closed. I'm like, it's 6:05. He's like, I know, they closed at 6. I'm like, are you kidding? I was so frustrated because I felt so awful. And I was like, let me try to find a 24-hour pharmacy. You know, I was just caught up in like how frustrated I was and how bad I felt. I was in bed all day yesterday. So anyway, I call 2 24-hour pharmacies, both no longer 24-hour pharmacies. Pharmacies closed. I finally get a 24-hour pharmacy on the line, and they say they're out of Tamiflu. I'm like, this can't be happening. So now I'm beyond frustrated. Now I'm like just flat out angry. So I call Michael, and of course I'm like, I asked you to leave 15 times to go get the medicine. If you would have just listened to me. He answers the phone, and I'm like, none of the pharmacies are 24-hour pharmacies. The one that is doesn't have Tamiflu. Now I have to wait till tomorrow. And I'm like, I asked you to leave. And if you would have just left instead of fixing Max's thing. And he's like, someone just hit us. I need to call you back. What? I'm sorry, what? So he hangs up on me. And I'm like, did he just say someone just hit us? So I call him back. He doesn't answer. I'm like, is this a joke? He's got all 3 of my kids. So I call back again. He doesn't answer. I send a text that says, answer the phone right now. So I FaceTime him because his speaker's broken on his phone. He answers the FaceTime. I'm like, what happened? He's like, we were pulling out of Publix and someone hit us. I need to call the police. So I'm like, I'm on my way. So I peel myself out of bed. Literally every bone in my body's aching. My head is pounding and all I can think is I need to see my kids. I get out of bed. I get in the car. I drive to Publix. The cops are there. I can see the cars crash. And of course now I start to feel like I'm going to throw up. I pull in. I get out and I see the girl who was driving the car. I don't see her close up, but I see her and I guess her mom and I think her dad. I don't know, but they were all smoking and I was just judging. I was scowling. Like, I don't even know who I was at that moment. I was shooting death stares at the girl in the car who was driving. I march past them like a bat out of hell. And I see Michael. I hug him. Are you okay? Yes, I'm okay. Are the kids okay? They're okay. Shaken up, but they're okay. I open the door. And Max, of course, is like, we got crashed. Olivia sees me and starts crying immediately. And I'm like, all right, everybody out of the car. Come on, is everybody okay? Everyone's okay. I look at everyone. Everyone's fine. I get them all in my car. And I so badly want to scream at the girl driving the other car. And then I look at her, and something in my brain goes, look at her closer, Jamie. So it's dark. I look at her again. She looks like a baby. Like a baby. Her parents are scared to look at me. And I look closer, and this is a baby. Couldn't be older than 16. So I'm like, oh my God. My children are fine. Everyone is fine. how I behave at this moment will affect how this child gets back in the car. Who would I want to deal with if I was her, or if this was Olivia? So I walk up to her and she looks at me. She knows I'm the mom. I say, "Are you okay?" She shakes her head yes. I could see she's ready to break. I go, "You just scared?" And she shakes her head yes. And I go, "The kids are fine." She loses it. Tears flying out of her eyes. And I'm like, "I'm so sick, or I would hug you right now, but I'm so contagious. I do not want to touch you. But look at me. They are fine. You are fine. Cars can be fixed. It's not a big deal. Everybody's okay." She's shaking her head yes. And her mom's like, "Thank you so much." She's 16. She just got her license 3 weeks ago. She's so scared. "Thank you so much." And I'm looking at this mom who, it's all of us. We're in this together, I wanted her to understand. I said, "Baby, listen to me. This is part of it. Driving is a big responsibility, and accidents happen. That's why they're called accidents. And you're learning to drive, and it's dark, and everyone is okay. And that's all that matters. Don't worry about your car. This will all get fixed, but everybody's fine." She's sobbing. And I just talked to her mom afterwards. Her mom was like, "Oh, she's so shaken up." I said, "It's totally understandable, but everybody's fine. And like I said, cars can be fixed." So I got in the car, and Max is like, "I thought you were going to kill her, Mom." And I said, "You know what, buddy? When I got there, I was so scared. I just wanted to lay eyes on you. And I needed somebody to project my fear on. But the truth is, accidents happen to everybody. And none of us are void of that. None of us are above that. And extending grace to someone when they least expect it is the most generous human thing we can do." She was a kid. I said, "She was just a kid. She's only 16 years old. She didn't hurt you. You're all okay. Daddy's car can be fixed." And she was terrified. So when I put the kids to bed last night, I'm trying to stay away from everybody. But Olivia was like, "I'm really glad that you told that girl that it was okay, Mom," because she felt really bad and she was crying. And I said, "Exactly. It was the right thing to do." I said, that is what grace is. It is about putting yourself in someone else's shoes, or trying to understand, feel like, if that was my teenager, how would I feel? How would I want the other person to respond? And my whole body hurts. It was just it was a moment I certainly don't ever want to happen again. But it was a good learning moment for all of us, and it was good for my kids. So anyway, remember that grace in a situation when it is not easy to extend it is like really the most human thing we can do. The human connection is really based on that, All right, I feel awful. I'm going back to bed. I love you so much today. Have a great day.